A certain Rangers player is miles off it, according to Kris Boyd, and today on Fog Football, we're going to find out who that is. Now, to be honest, you could use a plural and say players because there's a lot, there's a lot of players that are off it at Rangers Football Club. Let's not get it twisted. But Kris Boyd has named the man. Does anybody have? Do we have any takers for who it could be? I mean, it could literally be everybody. All right, it really could be. I mean, with like the odd exception, it could be anybody, but we're going to dive straight into it. All right. He said, and I quote, "We've got a habit of focusing on our big teams, how bad they've been, but Michael Wimmer and Motherwell deserve a lot of credit. But Robin Proper and Salala got the brunt of it last week, last Wednesday night, but Robin Proper is miles off of it. And has been for a period of time now. Yes, James Tavernier went into centre back of Kelly, but I think that heat at the moment when the game has already started, it's an easier thing to do to move through the right hand side. But at the weekend it didn't work. Yilmaz on the right, I know it worked against Celtic, but in the balance, it was all wrong for Rangers. Rangers players can blame managers and coaches, but we've all sat here having a go. Saying about tactics as well, but you kind of just get the feeling that Rangers players have to go and show that playing for the football club means a lot to them. And for some of them right now, that doesn't seem to be clear." End of quote. Right, yeah, it doesn't. You know, like let's just call a spade here, right? Jeffy is an absolute brutal defender. He needs to be utilised further up the pitch. But then again, it's not like going forward he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. He's not. James Tavernier. He used to be one of the greatest things since sliced bread going forward. But that was about 20 bloody years ago. So his defensive work, which has always been mince, is mince, right? And he played at centre back in this game against Motherwell. Redfan Yilmaz was a pish left back, so he's not going to make a good right back, right? So you would think out of those three options, then you add in the experienced head for the Eredivisie and Robin Proper, you would be like, surely Robin Proper's the best at those four. You know, surely he stands above the four guys that are not, I mean, basically all playing out of position. No, he's the worst. How does that work? How does the guy playing centre back alongside three other guys that are basically playing out of position? Like, yeah, you can argue Jeffy's a left back, but for me, he's not. He can't defend. Right, now the flip side of that, I'm arguing that Robin Proper can't defend, so what position does he hold? But you know what I mean. Tav's a right back playing at centre back. Yilmaz is a left back playing at right back. Yefty's playing at left back, but it's like the case is there to be had for like Yilmaz and Yefty to play further up the pitch. Same with Tav, but I guess the problem is they always do say that a full back is a field winger. You know what I mean? And or a centre back that's too small, something along those lines. And to me, it's just concerning that Robin Proper is quite clearly, consistently the worst centre back / the worst defender that we've got. And I think there is a case for it to be the worst defence that we've ever had. And I've liked Nansala, but I mean, again, people going over the top saying, you know, oh, he's a Virgil van Dijk regen. Yo, and I think if Nansala comes back into the fold and he's actually got he's got a competent partner beside him, and we've got two decent fullbacks, I think he'll flourish. But at the same time, maybe that chance has gone and went, folks. You know what I mean? There's no guarantee that he's going to come back into this Rangers setup. But what I would say is, I don't think it's right to completely drop him, but play the experienced, and that's where Barry Ferguson's got to, weigh it up and balance it. Now, obviously, we've got the likes of Balogun, Sterling, and John Souttar returning to training this week. Are those three going to go straight in and start away in Turkey? I would be massively surprised. I mean, Leon Balogun might. Leon Balogun might, but what you've got to bear in mind is we're at the Cup. Yeah, not exactly rocket science. We got pumped out by Queen's Park, but there is no game for Rangers at the weekend. It's simply Thursday. Could you imagine if we weren't through in the Europa League? It would be like an international break for Rangers Football Club because there'd be no games. And it would be an absolute disgrace, but thankfully we did go through in the Europa League. But here, it's all or nothing. This is the only competition that we can win. Problem is, though, it's a tough competition, and we're not the only team that views it as a backdoor way into the Champions League. I mean, Obviously, with us, we're guaranteed qualifiers no matter what because we are going to finish second. Even though, if Hibs were closer, man, I'd be pricking it. We are guaranteed qualifiers, but you look at United, you look at Tottenham. I mean, I'm aware of how bad they are in their leagues. I'm not too sure what like Bilbao and Roma and Lazio and teams like that. I mean, I'd assume Olympiacos would be close to the top of their league, and therefore they'd probably have qualifiers at least. But not only are these teams tough in the Europa League, most of them, like this is the backdoor way into the Champions League, and there's like that extra incentive to win it for them. So for Rangers, we've got to go all out. I don't know what's going to start and who's going to start and what formation, whatever. But come on, Barry, man, see if I see the same starting 11 that started against Motherwell, against Fenerbahce, or even one change to it or something, man. I'm going to throw up my mouth, man. But Robin Proper, I agree with Kris Boyd. Absolutely miles off it. What will Thursday hold for Rangers? What will tomorrow hold? We'll be here to review it, break it down, review show, all that good stuff. Till next time, though. Peace.